None of this sword at 52 minutes stuff. Let's get a sword a lot earlier. That is a really good start. I forgot to start the timer. So excited about the hook shot that I forgot we have to start a timer. There we go. Hook shot should help with some movement. I don't like that. I want the sub 2 hour. And I got an early enough start where even if it is 2 hours, it's not going to be like world ending for work tomorrow. Yeah, I'm definitely, that's not helping, but I'm planning on proving 8-Ball wrong. There's no reason for, okay, well. Oh, I don't even get the tree pull now. Not a great start. Ooh, but red 20s. That is pretty nice. Oh wait, we gotta kill something else, don't we? Oh, I already pulled. Okay, we're just gonna do the one. Normally I'd sit there for like, I'd sit there and grind up. No, I should do that because then I can just get Zora right away. All right, that's good. Yeah, this is bottle vendor money, and I really kind of stupid. But I really want to try to make sure I've got the. I want to have enough money to get like Zora right away. Like, if I don't have to sit there and worry about farming money later. Granted, the tree pull item, I think it does switch after a certain number of enemy kills or something. There's like different levels of tree pull items, and I don't really know how it works. See, we need 100 for the bottle vendor. 500 for the scam fish. The 8-Ball is not feeling very confident in me tonight. Ooh, I will take a bomb. All right, I think one more trip through here ought to do it. There, we got 580 bucks. All I need to do is find 20 more, and we'll have more than enough money to do, I mean, that was a little bit of a time waste here at the start. Odds are I'm gonna find plenty of money. So that's all gonna not be... That's gonna basically just be wasted time. I'm trying to use the hook shot. Oh, 4 plus, I feel, I mean, I'm sure, I'm guessing maybe it was just the red 20s were multiple levels then, on the, like, multiple item drops in the tree pull, because I think I did like 6 or 7 laps on that. Welcome in, Pepper, hope you're having a good Thursday. Oh, it resets after the pull, okay. That would explain it. So I could have done that infinitely then. That's really good to know. I always kind of wondered why it does that, but that makes so much sense if it resets after the pull. Yeah, I wouldn't be killing 4 and pulling. We're just going for the 4. But we're just going for the... We just wanted those red 20s. Now that 600 even is enough for both the bottle vendor and the scam fish. Even if we don't get any more money outside of the pots that we'll be getting down here and in the well. Oh, biscuits, I have, oh, yep, didn't need all that extra money at all. So I'm gonna have to remember that. This is the mode set where I screwed up the compasses. So I'm gonna have to remember that each dungeon does have an extra item that I have to grab. So it's not actually 2, it's like 3 and it's like 4, 3, 3, 6, 7, 2, 5, 4, 3, 6. Wow, both boomerangs. And a fire rod. Hey! That's a good one. And a glove. All right. Really good start here. And then I trade that guy $100 for 20. Capitalism. Ooh, black hole chicken is a success. The run is valid. Yeah, it wouldn't hurt to try that, to just do the 4 quick kills and then kind of continue on. I'm gonna assume we're not getting a bombs from the tavern, so we're gonna go in here and get those now. Hey Tech Guy, welcome in. Hope you're having a good Thursday. Ooh. All right, that's really nice. That gives me a full... you can't do that many shots with the fire rod with no half magic, but still. All right, there we go. We're full on bombs. I mean, I definitely like having, like, if I can get early money, I will sit there and farm that like I did here. Just so I don't have to sit there and work. Like, I can go and do Zora when I'm doing my early game sequence breaks, and I don't have to worry about, did I leave something behind here? So nice to get an early fire rod. Hey Dimension X, welcome in. Hope you're having a good Thursday. There's our sword. Beautiful. Thank you, Starting Boots. I'm not speaking ill of noodles, I'm speaking the truth about noodles. And unfortunately, the random selection just kept being like, yeah, you're gonna play as Laura. Early sword, and we've got, I will go out of the way here. Oh yeah, that's right, I'd have to do 4 kills every time. That's right, so I wouldn't want to keep farming there. I'd just get the 1 and leave. But if it was bombs and I didn't have early bombs, that would be really helpful, getting like a 4 bomb drop right away. Yes, I will gladly take this trash. This beautiful piece of armor. And an uh-oh. That's a problem. I mean, I have the glove, which is nice, but we are a lamp away from Aga being in logic here. And we don't want Aga to be in logic. So now I'm like actively rooting against the lamp. I didn't do that right. Now another glove or a hammer? Awesome. I mean, we still technically need the moon pearl too, like if it's on pyramid ledge, but having 2 swords this early makes me very nervous that the game is gonna say, hey, we're doing required Aga 1 today. Aga 1 isn't you need the lamp for which room is it? One of the rooms in Castle Tower doesn't have torch spots. Like Dark Cross in the bottom in the basement of Escape you can do with the fire rod. Why am I not utilizing hookshot more? Okay, yeah, I really didn't need to farm all that money. Holy biscuits. That is a whole lot of junk. Ow. Yeah, like if I switch the lamp on here, it shows Castle Tower as green. Right now it shows Castle Tower as yellow. Yeah, Zora, it would not surprise me at all if Zora had lamp. I don't know why I'm picking this up. I do not need that cash. Unfortunately, no moon pearl, so I can't I have to water walk here. Oh, a tracker doesn't have hookshot. Whoops. That's right, I forgot to start the timer when I got hookshot because I was so surprised, and then, so I gotta remember, we're like 15 seconds slower on the timer here. Ooh, that is really nice. Game gives me a 52-minute sword on a previous seed, and now it's just like, here, you want all the swords? That's really good to know, though, that once I find a mirror, I can easily get another sword. And that means we won't have to worry about doing a Master Sword Ganon fight. Whoops. That's just 50 bucks. Don't need that. Now, technically, Zora is in logic here because of that glove. All right, give me a hammer or a glove. If this was a boss shuffle, I would be so happy about that, but it's not. I just forgot to take those out of the general pool. All right, so now we are going to go do the back of escape. Then we'll save and quit and probably go to the front of escape. Gotta be finding some form of progression soon. I'm just hoping it's not a lamp. Move that up a little bit. All right, so now we go into the castle area. Actually, I haven't even checked my stun prize yet. Yeah, it's when the seed goes like this and it's really nice, it's gotta throw you a curveball. All right, extra health. Oh, that was Sankheart too. What's the stun prize? A whole $1. I mean, basically, after this, the only things we have left are Gina, which is horrible. We've got Saha's Closet, and we've got Eastern, which we can't clear without a bow. I'd really like to try to avoid double dipping Eastern if possible. So it's like, do I go to Gina first? Hope it will. Odds are Gina's not going to have my bow. Or anything useful. Gina never has anything useful. Except for that like one time where he had the mirror. So we have 2 items down here. Ow. Could have probably grabbed those arrows, but I'm sure we'll find more. So many early compasses. Why can't this ever happen in a boss shuffle? This has been a dud so far, though. No lamp, no lamp, no lamp. Okay. And don't get me wrong, I do want to see lamp. I just don't want Aga 1 to be my Dark World access. Actually, the early Fire Rod, that kind of points me here into Dark Cross. And it's going to be, there is something in this game called the Rule of Fire, where a fire source locks the other fire source. And that would be very memey. It would be a very big meme if we had to use our fire rod logically, because there's torches that you can use. This is technically in logic with the fire rod. Okay, we're just gonna go this way, because I don't know where the torch is down there. I called it, you piece of junk game! I hate the Rule of Fire. We still have chances though. That lamp also opened up Death Mountain. So I am going to Death Mountain first. We are not going straight to Aga 1. I mean, will the mountain have a hammer or the mitts or something? Probably not. But we can look, and maybe we'll get bailed out. Can't believe I got burned by the Rule of Fire. Oh, you can't run with Gary, he's too old. You just stay there. You stay there. Gary, I was really kind of counting on you here to give me a hammer or a glove. Oh, weaving through the cabbages. A bottle? I do like bottles. Do not need that. So if I have to do Castle Tower, I'm pretty sure that completely kills any hope of a, like, 120. That's been happening a lot lately, too. I'd say probably almost half of the seeds I've been doing lately have been required Aga 1. Hey, Sassy, welcome in. Hope you're having a good Thursday. What in the wide world of weenus? We are getting completely torched by the Rule of Fire here. Wait. Did I just walked right through Paradox Cave. When you're in Paradox Cave, you generally want to get all 7 items that are in Paradox Cave. That's the whole point in going up to the mountain, really. Okay, come on. Glove or hammer? Moon Pearl. That is not what I wanted. Come on, game. Glove or hammer? Samaria. Okay, that is the best item in the game. Yep, we need one more glove, or we need a hammer before we can get some love and skip the dark world, skip Aga 1. It's not looking good. It's really not looking good. Let's see. Is it worth running to Saha's closet? There's 3 items in there. Ow. I don't want to do Aga 1. Jerk, I thought you'd be done electrocuting by now. Oh wow, it played the random 5-minute one right after the emote one popped through. I shouldn't be bothering with this. I really shouldn't. Especially with that bonk. But I mean, getting that moon pearl and everything too, it seems pretty obvious that the game wants me to do Aga 1. Alright, green pendant mire. Nope. Alright. I'm not going to bother dipping into Eastern or doing a Gina. We're just going to go. Hey, Born, welcome in. Hope you're having a good Thursday. My Thursday was doing great up until this required Aga. Got burned by the rule of fire. Now we have to waste like 5 minutes going through this garbage place. The rule of fire is it's like a meme thing in A Link to the Past in the randomizer, where one of your fire sources locks the other fire source. In this case, our fire rod was what we needed to get our lamp, which takes us into Aga 1, which is right here. This is basically just a 5-6 minute thing to get Dark World access. It will make it nice at the end of the game, though, when all I need to do is save and quit to get to the pyramid. Hey, Richter, welcome in. Hope you're having a good Thursday. Yeah, this room has torches, but it's the second dark room, I believe, that doesn't. Hey, guards. Or maybe it's one of these rooms that technically don't have torches. So yeah, this one does, so it must be one of the other ones. Because it definitely doesn't say Aga 1 is in logic without a lamp. Mikey. Oh yeah, I haven't checked Discord much at all today. I'll check that later. Ow. A shield is in Mimic Cave, okay. So we know that we really don't need to bother with Mimic Cave then, as much as I do enjoy a shield. Okay, guard. Stupid bat. Now we have to go fight Aga, and he's just gonna sit there and launch blue balls the entire fight, instead of actually something we can reflect. Alright, here we go. I could try to do a hook speed, there, but then I can never end up like, there's something that stops me from using the sword. Maybe I have to bonk into a wall or something, or I gotta watch Tournament play more to see how the good people navigate this, because I know I've seen them use hook speed there. Oh yeah, that's just the term they call him. You'll see he's gonna throw a little tiny group of 3 swirling balls that happen to be blue. Oh, no, 6 of them, sorry. Not 3. 2 to 1. Three to 1. Now he's gonna shoot lightning. Four to 1. Excellent. Let's get this in one. Let's get this without having to do another one. Nope. 4 to 2. Four to 3. Now we're gonna have to sit through another lightning cycle. And to think, this used to be one of my favorite fights in the game. Aga 2 is still fun, because it's not so long and tedious, but this one is just a snore. There we go. Alright, so how do we get... Okay, we gotta go up and around the North Dark World. I will take a bottle of blue, thank you very much. I think I'm just gonna go visit Homie Fish quick here. Yeah, the auto mod might be very picky about that. And, I mean, it is more lewd than I tend to go on the channel here, but it's what the community calls that attack. So I figure that's acceptable. I'm just repeating what the community calls it, like there's a room called Harmless Hellway. That's just what the community name for it is. Alright, come on, Homie Fish. I took a detour to get here. That's not very exciting. I'm disappointed in you, Homie Fish. You could have done better. You could have given me a hammer or a glove or a bow. A bow would have been incredible. Incredible. Because at this point, like, I still don't have anything I can... Well, no, we could beat, No, yeah, we can do, Swamp... Not Swamp, Skull Woods and Thieves Town are both options. I think what we're gonna... Whoops. What we're gonna do here, we'll go do Thieves Town first, so I... Well, or do I want to just go into Skull Woods? And I've got a bottle of blue. Yeah, we're just gonna go into Skull Woods. And hope this works out. It's they're swirling, like, energy balls that are blue. Ow. Wow, nice ricochet. That didn't work. How did I go that direction? Oh, I lost my fairy. How? What? What is happening? Let's reset the room. Well, I guess if I die here by falling into the pit, how do I keep going in reverse? Let's try this side. What is going on here? Maybe now? Okay, we're just gonna intentionally die. And we're gonna try this again. There we go. Say, someone reversed the polarity on my bombs. Okay, so 20 minutes later, we've got a key. All right, that's one item, but I have to remember there's actually 2 items in each of these, so we're not done yet because of the shuffled compasses. Still do have a full bottle of blue if needed. There's our other item, perfect. Hey Chris, welcome in. Hope you're having a good Thursday. All right, there we go. I mean, technically that other death I took was intentional, just to reset the room so I didn't have my bombs with reverse polarity. Aha, you bonked yourself into the spikes. Excellent. Hopefully the dryer is nice and quick. All right, in we go. Ow. Out of the way. Stupid Wallmaster blocking my fire rod shot. Ooh. Oh, I should have turned that thing into an anti-fairy, into a fairy. Is there another one in here? No. Not really liking the health situation right now. Get away from the spikes, you coward moth. Oh, great. Whoops. If you hit moth into the spikes, it doesn't take damage. So that's why I want moth to get away from the spikes. There we go. I've got more than enough money. So using that is no problem. That could make the blind fight a little dicey though. With no safety. Yep, we got Samaria really early. It was beautiful. Let's see, so there's a lot of Dark World checks still to go here. We'll do Village of Outcasts, we'll drop into Thieves Town. And after Thieves Town, we can do South Dark World. Yeah, usually I'm stuck later in the game with no Samaria and struggling to convince myself to go into Ice Palace without it. Because going into Ice Palace without Samaria is just pointless. Because I don't want to do everything there, I just want to get it over nice and quick. You can't latch onto that. Oh, I skipped a heart piece early in the game. And now I'm regretting the fact that I skipped that heart piece because I could have had an extra heart for Thieves Town. Ooh, red mail. I mean, that's not going to do much against blind. It's still going to be one heart of damage for fireballs, no matter what, but still. Pretty dull, nothing exciting. Hope yours went well. All right, we made a profit there. All right, so got to remember, there's 5 items in here, not 4. And that's the big key. That is not one of the items. Yep, tomorrow will hopefully be a nice and quick one. My youngest daughter... Oh, that's why. My youngest daughter does have her final cheer competition of the year on Saturday. And then she's just got, they call it a show-off where all the teams get together and do their performances. That is... when is it? The first week of May. So she's still got practices like normal, and then we have a glorious month off in May. Hey, there we go. All right. That is one item. Oh, thanks, I'll let her know. Actually, she should be coming. I'm surprised she's not down here yet. It's 8 o'clock. Okay, here we go. Oh, this room is going to be a problem. Right here, the conveyor spikes room. Come on. Yes! I don't think I've ever done that hit list before. At least without a cape. That's going to be really useful. Now I won't have to worry about not having any health for the actual blind fight. Because that room always takes away so much of my health, and then I'm getting into blind with nothing. Extra heart, not bad. Alright, so we have one item left that is not the, that's not the Triforce piece. Hopefully it's not locked in the vanilla Titan's Mitts chest. Because that's hammer locked and there's no hammer. Alright, here we go. The moment of truth for this particular dungeon. Kind of, oh no, there's still Eastern, there's still Pod. If it's Eastern or Agina that has my progression and I skip those and just did Aga 1, I'm gonna be really annoyed. And the last item in Thieves Town is locked in there, which we cannot get to. And that is something I will probably, unless it's like a required item, like a mirror or the flippers or something, I'm not gonna come back for that. That's way too long. Oh, that second shot should have hit him. Oh, congrats! 2 months running. That is really nice. It's like a title. You can't do that. Hey, sweetie. 1 sec. Oh, that's the wrong button. I turned off the game capture. Okay, you're good. You ready to go to bed? Your hair's so cute.
Mama did it.
Oh, you've got pigtails.
Mm-hmm.
Are you tired? You had a very busy night at practice?
Mm-hmm.
Try to get a good night's sleep because remember, you have your competition on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
You ready to go to sleep?
Mm-hmm.
You seem pretty tired.
For sure.
Well, then why don't you go to bed? Hey, love you.
Love you too.
I'll see you in the morning. Sleep good.
Goo goo gaga.
There it is. She was, hey, fun, welcome in. Hope you're having a good Thursday. She was already upstairs by the time that dropped. She looked exhausted when she came down. All right, come on, game. Pod and desert are red crystals. All right, Hype Cave, you've been kind of junk lately, and I really need you to be something good here. I don't want to go into, like, Hammerless Pod. Or Bowless Pod, for that matter. There's our hammer. All right, there we go. That doesn't actually give much. Still don't have a bow. But we're gonna prioritize dungeons. A, B, C, D. Always be clearing dungeons. So instead of doing the light world checks that I normally do, like I'd go and do hammer pegs and... Oh, getting to hammer pegs would be so long though. Because, oh wait, no, I have a hammer now. So it wouldn't be as bad. Wait, we go this way. But I got Sick Kid and Hammer Pegs in that area. In the Village of Outcasts, not Village of Outcasts, in CAC. And then we go in the Dark World, but... really like to try to prioritize these dungeons first. Plus there's a couple hint tiles in here. Yeah, there can be a lot of delays on things like redeems and everything, and even if you redeem it right away, Mix It Up is kind of weird and like sometimes it just won't play. Well, it's never not played Channel Point Redemption or something like that. But there have been times where like I've added, I used to have all the notes that display, used to have Cash and Cack Tavern, wonderful. All of the notes used to have like each counselor had their own separate voice, and sometimes it just wouldn't play the voices, so I just took them all off because I'm like, well, what's the point if it's like the note plays and then 45 seconds later it's finally playing the note, I mean the voice. What's the point? Don't make me do Hera Basement, game. Wow, this seed sucks. So not only is one of our items in Thieves Town locked in the basement, but our other item here is also locked in the basement. And with how little I have left after this, I can't in good conscience leave without clearing Hera Basement. So we're gonna have to do Hera Basement. There's popcorns? I don't know if it'll play them both at the same time. Never tried that. It might just do the first one. Technically... No, it's not. Well, actually, it's... Ugh, Spike Cave might be in logic. What? Apparently, I was not in the right spot. This is so tedious. If I had healing, I'd go and grab, I'd go to Spike Cave, but I don't have healing. Well, that is interesting. Could have maybe grabbed a fairy with that. Hey, Decents, welcome in. Hope you're having a good Thursday. Okay, well, now there's really not a lot of options here. I think Pod has to be the priority over Eastern. But first we're gonna do Sick Kid and Hammer Pegs. I mean, there is also a Gina. That's good to hear. All right, there's... Oh, I forgot to check the floating island. Oh, good luck. Stay safe. Hope it's a nice, smooth trip. Yeah, for Storm Chasers, it must be a really busy time here. We've been getting hammered. Like, there were ducks in our backyard that were, like, dipping their head in puddles in the back of our yard because they were so deep. Like, I don't know if they thought it was a pond or something. Wait, this isn't Hammer Pegs. That was Magic Bat. I was in the right place. I didn't need to go to the Dark World. It was Magic Bat. I need the mitts for Hammer Pegs to be in logic. And instead I went to the Dark World and now I have to run all the way back here. Yeah, I actually have to watch it. We just got a radon mitigation system installed and I have to do the follow-up test to make sure it's functioning. But one of the things the directions say is don't do the test, the follow-up test after there's been heavy rains. So I'm like, well, that's gonna be a problem. Holy puckets, Jacob, thank you so much for the 5 gifted memberships. Much appreciated. We've got Refugio, Jake, Jay, Nicola, Thomas, and Tiago. Enjoy your early access to videos, enjoy your counselor badge, and enjoy your emotes, courtesy of Jacob. Like, what's taking so long for YouTube to tell me who got the memberships? Ooh, that the cape there actually does put hammer pegs, spike cave in logic. Normally, I would not go to spike cave like this. Stupid cabbages, I need to conserve my health. Like, normally I wouldn't be going into spike cave at this point, but I feel like I kind of have to just because the only options I have left are Eastern, Agina, and Pod. And I don't have a bow for Pod. So it's certainly likely that unless there's a small key in the first check, or if that's not the progression item, I can't go any further. And I'm going all the way over to Pod for nothing. I mean, Pod could have a lot of stuff, or it could be basically useless. All right. Oh boy, where to go? I think it's gotta be Pod. Gotta play the odds here. Thank you so much for the 100 bits, fun. Much appreciated. And why is Mix It Up not playing this? Did that last night too. Where is it? What is wrong with you, Mix It Up? Wait. No, it's not Mix It Up. It's Twitch's alert system. Twitch has the built-in channel alerts that I use. I should actually move all of that over to Mix It Up. What am I doing? I'm supposed to be going to Pod. Actually, I think we can still get the same thing to play. 1 second. Gotta stop walking into things. Yes, here we go. There's the Crispin Glover dance. And unfortunately it says me there, but that's what it's supposed to do. I might have to just move everything off of Twitch alerts. That's the second night in a row that Twitch alerts have not worked. And you'd think since it's built into Twitch's system, it would function. I want it to play alerts for people when they do stuff like that, and that's like the one thing, that's the whole reason Twitch made their built-in system. At least I feel like it's one of the things like, hey, you can just have everything housed here, but what's the point if it doesn't work? So yeah, I should be able to, it'd probably take a few hours, but I should be able to load all that stuff in to Mix It Up. Because Mix It Up is the bot that I use. Alright, if this item is not a key or progression, this whole trip over here to Pod was pointless. That's a really good item. I love having a tempered sword. But I cannot do anything with it. So I guess it's either our progression item is something that I've had access to this whole time. Actually, I'm gonna do a Gina first just in case. So whatever is our progression, I could have had this before I went to Aga 1. And that might have changed a lot of routing decisions around. If this is the mitts, I'm gonna be incredibly annoyed. Oh yeah, I've had this same haircut basically my entire life. It's a heart piece, don't need it. Like if it starts to get too, I was told in, I think it was 4th grade, that when my hair started getting long, I looked like John Lennon. I had no idea who John Lennon was, and I don't even know if that was accurate or not. But one of my classmates said I looked like John Lennon when my hair got long. And they said it wasn't an insult. I didn't have to do AGA 1. I did AGA 1 for no reason. The mitts were right there on Agina the whole time. I could have got those. That would have been my Dark World access. I could have skipped AGA 1. But instead, I'm like, Agina's not gonna have anything. Oh, that sucks. I can't believe Agina had something useful. They were there the whole time. Oh, that makes me sad. Now I'm gonna, every time I get into a situation, like I'm gonna be checking everything, every last item. Because usually that's what I do. I check every possible thing that's available before I go into AGA 1. And here I'm like, oh, it's not gonna be anything. There's no need for me to waste that time. And it was right there. Oh, that sucks. Oh boy, this means that if Quake is, if Quake is what we need to get into Turtle Rock could be available too right now. Well, I guess let's check Turtle Rock quick. Oh, whew, okay. I was really worried that was going to be Quake. Did not want to go into Turtle Rock right now. Hey JR, welcome in. Hope you're having a good Thursday. I did AGA 1 and ran around the map looking for progression, and my progression was in a check I could have done from the start of the game. And I'm almost an hour in right now, so I am really disappointed with myself. Like, I could have been probably like 5 or 6 crystals in right now, or Triforce pieces in at this point. We can do right side GT. Yeah, it's just usually like there's a reason I rarely make skips, and that is the exact reason. Because I'm so paranoid about something like that happening, and like 9 times out of 10, I will clear every last check before I go do AGA 1. Because I don't want to have something like that happen, but this time, like, oh, it's just Agina and Eastern. So it's not going to be anything, and it turns out Agina had my mitts the whole time. Okay, a mirror, that's really good. Gosh, the mirror doesn't give us a whole lot. Oh, the mirror gives us another bottle. Well, I guess there are some mirror checks that are there, but And we're in Ganon's Tower. This is the most item-dense area in the game. Yeah, that's the problem. Like, if it was... Like, I just assumed that... Because I got one glove, a fire rod, and we ended up getting a lamp early, too, that was locked behind the fire rod, and I had a master sword. So I was like, okay, with this loadout, this is just really pointing me towards Aga 1. I have no reason to assume that I'm going to be able to get... Because my hammer was in the Dark World. Beautiful. So it's like, I had no real reason to... Everything I needed to do Aga 1 was in logic. Like, I had all the stuff to do Aga 1. I had 2 swords. Had the lamp. It's like, yeah, I gotta do Aga 1. I don't want that. Oh, not a problem? Mimic Cave had a shield. And as much as I like shields, I'm not gonna go out of my way to hit Mimic Cave for that. Sneak. I'm actually, there's probably 400 or 500 people that play this semi-regularly that are a lot better than me. Uh-oh. Oh wait, I don't even have a flute yet. Nope, don't want to accidentally use that. All right, Bob. So Ganon's Tower has been huge. Oh, that's right, I don't have an ice rod yet, so there's really no point in... trying to go back. Like, I was saying, like, do I want to go back and go into Turtle Rock? And that doesn't really make a whole lot of sense with no ice rod. But that bow does give us Eastern and Pod. Oh, not a problem. Thanks for stopping by. Enjoy the lurk. Actually, let's... Jerk. So let me grab a few arrows quick. So let's see, we'll be at 5 pieces after this. We can get 6 and 7 from Eastern and Pod. Technically, I could get 8 by sequence breaking Ice Palace, because I can get in there without the flippers. Oh, I should have grabbed that. Oh, my kids were they like the minions. I think that's despicable me. Get over here, you stupid horse. And that kind of worked. I got bonked right in front of the horse. Ow. Now we're gonna do this the slow way. One more should do it. Let me in. There's Samaria. So nice having Samaria for this section. I missed. Actually, I probably could have used the lamp on that one right there. That would have been smarter. But we don't always play smart. Arrows, nothing too exciting. Quarter magic, yes. I was just sitting there kind of like, I really wish I had half magic or quarter magic here. Now magic, no concern at all. I can be very spam happy with my magic. Well, I've seen, like, the people that are really good can, it's like for me with Friday the 13th, it's kind of second nature to me. Like, I could play Friday the 13th in my sleep. And there's, like, the real people that are really good at this can be like that with Friday, like I am at Friday the 13th, just at this. There we go. As much as I don't want to do this right now, I'm here. I'm never coming back to this area again. So let's just finish clearing out all of Ganon's tower. And maybe I find an ice rod in here and we can just go, as much as I'd hate to do it, go do Turtle Rock. Oh, that's why. I was like, why can't I get into desert? You need the flute to do that. So the flute would actually be like official go mode. Because the flute would get me both desert and, let's see. Yeah, the flute would get me both desert and mire. It was not there. We're gonna go grab. I want that bottle. So we're gonna get this bottle. Then we're gonna go, because I forgot to scout Floating Island. We're gonna go check that quick. And then we gotta go Pod Eastern. Floating Island. That's just bombs. We've also got Smith Chain. I need the book to check the tablets. I wish I had the book, because I hate, like, I'm gonna find the book later and I'm gonna be really annoyed when these really out of the way one-off checks pop back up. It's like I've got Smith Chain, I've got mirror checks, but right now I've got dungeons that are doable. Okay, it's just taking longer to item dash. So now we go back to pod. When we're done with this, we can swing over to Eastern. We'll be at 7 Triforce pieces. No matter what's here, I can sequence break Ice Palace to get 8. That's technically locked behind the flippers, but I can get there without the flippers. Things are looking a lot better now that I found the mitts that I had available from the beginning of the game. We full cleared Ganon's tower. It was very lucrative. Got lots of good stuff in there. Got a mirror, got a bow. At least I think that's where the bow was. Ooh, hint tile. That is not a useful hint at all. Like, tell me where... Actually, I don't know. I don't really need a whole lot more. Like, I'd like to go get that butter sword, but is it really worth it? Like, I've got tempered, I've got quarter magic. We've got the big key. Oh yeah, that was, I think that's Misadventures of Laura 5. I mean, I'd much rather deal with Harry and Marv than Laura. That's one of the ones that, 1 and 2 were ones that I made with a transparent background at first. And it did not, like, they were very difficult to see, so I had to go back in and add backgrounds after the fact. So we basically got almost every key. And Misadventures 9 I made in a hotel on Christmas Eve. Well, not Christmas Eve, it was around Christmas, in a hotel while I was sitting there with Freddy. He was our only dog at the time, and we were with my wife's family at a hotel that allowed dogs. And I was hanging out at Freddy while they went out to dinner, because we're not gonna leave the dog there in a hotel by himself. Especially since Freddy was already, like, he was not happy with extra noise and everything like that. I'm not even tracking individual items here, we're just gonna full clear. Oh, I think that is most of the items. It's amazing how I can do, if I can see where I'm going in this room, I can do it no problem. But if I don't have a lamp, I have so many issues trying to get through there. Okay, so we've got to get at least 2 keys still. There's 1, and now we need 1 more. That's such a good line. See, I had a circuit modeling professor in college who it said the difference between geeks and nerds are that nerds are socially inept and geeks are not. So then our class spent like an entire day like saying, well, like trying to figure out who was a geek and who was a nerd. And that was a lot of fun. Why am I grabbing the hearts here? We don't need those. All right, so Triforce piece number 6 coming up. Yeah, it's hard to say. I feel like it's kind of up to each individual person as to where they fall. Like back in college, I was a lot more social than I am now. Now it's like the thought of being around people that aren't in my immediate family makes me incredibly nervous. But back in those days, I wasn't completely jaded by humanity. All right, here we go. This will be number 6. Then we can mirror, get number 7. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Whoops. All right, that is one of our red crystals. Very much an introvert. I mean, I was fine up until I spent 3 years in a customer service call center right out of college. And just having people scream at you for 40 hours a week just kind of really changed my entire outlook on life. Like, that's kind of when I stopped. I started kind of going into a shell a little bit more and like wanting to leave the house less, because every time I'd see someone, I'm like, they could be one of those people that was screaming at me because they didn't know how to look at their own plan benefits. Yeah, it was absolutely like there were mornings where I'd like wake up and I'd kind of be sitting there like, you know, would it have been better if I didn't, so then I wouldn't have to go and deal with these people today. But then I got out of that job, and just thankfully after that things were certainly better, but I still, God, that's been 2000, about 17, 18 years, and I still just want nothing to do with people. So like people that work in like customer service call centers, that is mad props to them, because that is just a miserable job. Like, it's why, like, no matter how bad something is, or like how messed up a situation is, I will never raise my voice to someone I'm talking to in customer service. Because I know firsthand what they deal with day in and day out. So even if it's a terrible situation or it's something that that company did legitimately screw up, I'm not going to take it out on the person on the phone. I'll try to at least leave that call with, hopefully with them thinking, hey, this could have been really bad, but this guy was understanding and really nice. Maybe there's hope for humanity after all. Watch, if you go to sleep, watch out for Freddy. I hear he likes people that are taking naps. Wait, back up. There's an item in this. It could be the flute. It's not the flute. That's what I say. It's like I tell my kids this, or like when they have friends over or something, if they're like if they're not being like necessarily nice to someone or something, it's like, hey, kindness is free. It doesn't hurt anything. Your kindness isn't gonna hurt anybody. It's free. It matters. You never know what someone else is going through that day. Like if someone said something mean to you and it's not something they normally do, or it's out of character, instead of thinking, well, oh, they're such a jerk, maybe there's something going on with them. Like maybe there's a reason they seem a little out of sorts. And it will admit, I have a very overdeveloped sense of empathy. We don't even need that. Okay, so we're locked behind a mirror check right now. Well, not necessarily a mirror check, but we've got Smith Chain, the shovel, and mirror checks. But we also have this little thing called... Wait, that's the wrong way. I think what we're going to do here is we are going to do a little thing called the sequence break in Ice Palace. And maybe I'll get lucky and I'll be able to skip a step. Like maybe the flippers are in one of these mirror checks and the flute's in Ice Palace and I can just go and do my thing with the flute. Yeah, that's got to be a place where you get screamed at all the time. Like we do our grocery shopping at a local Meijer, and we go at like usually the same time every week, and everybody in the store there they know us there. If it's just me, or if it's the kids aren't there, like, oh, how are the kids doing? And there's, I think, 4 different employees there that, like, between cash register and a guy that works in the frozen foods department, that'll stop and say hi to us and check in, because we're there so much. And they always seem like excited when they see us there, because they know that hopefully we're not going to make their day miserable. It's like when I was in high school, I pushed carts at a Sam's Club. And thankfully that was the only time we had to actually deal with customers was when we were helping them load something in their car. But like there were like people at the service desk would be getting screamed at all day. And a lot of times it's not anything that they have control over. I really should go buy some potions. Actually, I think I've got a bottle of green. Yeah, we got a bottle of green. That's fine. Ganon's Tower was very nice. Right now we're sequence breaking Ice Palace. Because this isn't in logic because I don't have the flippers, but if the flippers are my next step logically, then we can skip that. Maybe we get the flute in here and everything is good. Yep, we got silvers in... Was it Eastern? Oh geez, the bow was in East. So the bow, if I'm right about that, the bow would have been available the whole time too. And if I got the bow in Eastern, I definitely would have went and looked around more. So let's see, if we get the flute, that would give us mire and desert. If we get the flippers, that would give us just swamp. I don't know what my count of dungeon. What was the first chest in the Pengator room? Well, that's at least 2 items. What was in that Pengator room? Is that a small key? This isn't gonna work. Ooh, I love having cereal late at night. That's always a go-to. Okay. So there was an item here. That means it must be a small key. In the big chest, which we really don't need. I gotta be careful here. My health is not looking that great. Actually, is there an anti-fairy in here? There isn't. All right, here goes. I'd love to have some kind of spike boots. I know you can get spike armor and spike breaking armor in Symphony of the Night. Nice! Actually, let's grab that. I don't know what's on PED yet. Well, actually, PED can't be the flute. Oh, the answer could still be in Turtle Rock. Turtle Rock is available. I just don't want to go there. Okay, so we've got the mirror. I guess we're just gonna go do all of the mirror checks right now. And hope that it's not that I find something. I mean, I'm gonna have to go and do smith chain and all that. Out of the way, Picket. Like right now, there's so many little one-off checks that are basically all locked behind the mirror. Mimic Cave just has a... We know Mimic Cave has a shield, thankfully. So I was able to take Mimic Cave off the list. But like at this point, if I had the Ice Rod, I'd be going to Turtle Rock right now. But I don't want to go in there if I can't clear it. Speaking of Ice Rod. No, why would I go and do hammer pegs right now? I was gonna go do hammer pegs and like, wait a minute. Uh-oh. Hammer pegs is completely pointless to do right now because if I can do Turtle Rock no matter what. There is nothing stopping me from clearing Turtle Rock. So we're just gonna keep bouncing. I do want to go and get some, there we go. I'm gonna buy bottles of blue before we go. I mean, I don't want to do Turtle Rock, but always be clearing dungeons. If my progression, I mean, if at this point with Turtle Rock, I just need either the flute or the flippers. Either one of those would be fine. As much as I don't want to go through Turtle Rock right now. Zora was... Is that a red mail? It was nothing progression. Yeah, at this one I still need 2 more Triforce pieces, so I gotta go for the boss. A top 3 cereals. We don't have it anymore because of the dogs, but I used to love Raisin Nut Bran. I'd have to put Lucky Charms up there. Ooh, this is gonna out me as a completely boring person, but I really like plain Cheerios. Like Captain Crunch is good, Cookie Crisp. I mean, Honey Nut Cheerios are fine too, but I like Special K a lot. Alright, if you got a jam emote, get it ready to go because we are headed into Turtle Rock, which has because it is the worst dungeon unless you don't have Samaria for Ice Palace. We use the best MSU. Fire Rod. I was really hoping it would say like, it would tell me like, hey, the flippers are above the pose. I'm like, oh, okay. That means my flippers are on Graveyard Ledge. I just need to go there. Fruity Pebbles, also great. Cocoa Pebbles, awesome. Cocoa Puffs, awesome. Calvin Hobbes Chocolate Frosted Sugar Bombs, which unfortunately is not a real cereal. Hey Ginley, welcome in. Hope you're having a good Thursday. Yeah, randomizers are they're so much fun. All right. Like, when I first started doing the A Link to the Past one, my plan was to start moving on to Super Metroid right away after I figured out the basics of this, and then I could do SMZ3 all the time. And then I just got so into the A Link to the Past randomizer, and without the map rando, Super Metroid is, I'm not a big fan of it because it always makes me do stuff that I don't know how to do. Alright, so at this point, unless I find the flute here... If I find the flute, like in the next check or two, we're leaving. Because then I can just do Go Mode Swamp and Desert. But this has got to be a small key, so I think we're just going to end up doing this whole thing. Alright, we wait. Oh, that's right. I forgot to check off Burna. Oh, yeah, those are Chain Chomps. Count Chocula's. Oh, how did I forget about Count Chocula? The best of the monster cereals. I mean, Frankenberry is fine. Booberry is okay. They actually had a new one this year. Was it some kind of like apple that we tried? And it was no Count Chocula. All right, got another shield. So we know the mirror shield is in Mimic Cave. Normally I'd go back around the other way, but I wanted that health back. Okay, we're getting there. This place is just... what? Turtle Rock is so long. Like, Mire is really long too, unless you get a God Mire. Alright, finish burning. I got places to be. Alright, we know we can skip Mimic Cave. Oh, that's not good. Yeah, it's kind of weird. Like, I'm not really a big fan of chocolate. Like, if I have the choice between chocolate and vanilla ice cream, I will never... like, I usually won't even eat swirl ice cream because I'm just not a big fan of chocolate. Like, they had this really... A&W had this... it was ice cream sundae soda that we're like, oh, well, this is interesting. And we tried it, and some of the sips you'd have where would it taste like you'd get a little more of a hint of cream in there, and it was great. But more often than not, it just felt like it tasted like you were drinking chocolate soda. And I'm like, we ended up getting a 12-pack because that's all they had. And I'm like, I don't really care for this. My wife didn't like it. We tried giving it to like my parents and like seeing if friends that were over would have any interest in it, and just no one wanted it. Actually, why am I even doing any of this other stuff? I know I can't find a sword. I know where the other sword is. Okay, stupid Pokey. It's like I've seen like bacon sodas and stuff like that before, and it's like, why? Bacon soda just does not seem appetizing. Come on. Easy. Where's my Triforce piece? We don't even need that crystal. Oh, that's right, I'm out here. Perfect. So wow, this is gonna be a long one. You gotta wonder how much time I lost not getting those mitts early. I love normal Mountain Dew. Like, Mountain Dew had a flavor called, I think it was only at Walmart, it was called Frostbite, that was like a blue raspberry that I absolutely loved, but they stopped making that in a low sugar option because I can't do, my blood sugar spikes really bad and I don't do full sugar sodas because I've been like on the borderline of being pre-diabetic for, God, almost 20 years now. Feels so old. My oldest daughter loves Baja Blast. Like, she wants to go to Taco Bell all the time just to get Baja Blast. And it's annoying, but it could be a lot worse. Like, my dad's gotta do blood tests every day for diabetes, like to check his blood sugar, and I'd much rather just have to pay attention to what I eat and cut certain things out of my diet than have to give my, I mean, I'm one of those, like, the cats gave me so much worse than like getting a shot or something like that, but I'd still prefer not to have to do a daily shot. So it's kind of one of the things where I look at it in the way that I'd much rather deal with what I'm dealing with than what he has to deal with. Like, my mom's dad was diabetic. It's all over my family. So genetically, odds are I'm gonna end up running into that at some point. So I'm just trying to hold it off as long as I can. Why am I getting items? Yeah, it does sound like it's some kind of fancy bar drink. Why am I still getting these? Just hurting my item collection rate. I could, but that's all the way over on Lake Hylia Island, and it'd take longer to get than the amount of time it would save me on the Ganon fight. Now, if I didn't have Tempered Sword already, I would 100% be going for that other sword. But thankfully, we got Tempered, so... Stand back, you Argus. Hey, rude. Bam! The 1 plus to doing Aga 1. Yeah, I am not a coffee person. Like, I used to drink, get, like, frappuccinos or, what do they call them? Cappuccinos at, like, when I was younger a lot, but any other kind of coffee I just don't really have any interest in. Which is good, because my wife is, like, she has to have coffee in the morning. My oldest daughter just likes having coffee, and my youngest loves getting fancy drink, like, fruit drinks from Starbucks. Uh-oh. 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 No! Oh crap, this is... Okay. I mean, I missed a chance to get an extra shot in there, but at least I didn't fall off the edge. Hey, that kind of worked. Oh, Voltage was so good too. Like, they have this really, there's like a raspberry Mountain Dew that I see all the time, but I've never seen it. Is that Voltage? So 146.